Okay, in today's lesson, we're looking at lesson 4 in Unit 2. And today what we're going to do is we're going to take the factored form, which we saw in the last lesson, and we're going to learn how to graph it. So once again, I'm hoping by the end of this, you're going to be able to say, hey, I can graph a function when it's given to me in factored form. So in case you've forgotten, this is the factored form. Make sure that's in your notes. That'll become in helpful and handy last time. And what we're going to do is we're going to do more of a sketch than a graph. And we're going to try to get at least 3 points, ideally 5. But we'll see how we do with that here. Okay, so here's a function that says sketch y equals x minus 1, x plus 3. So the first thing is, let's just make a little note here. What is A? A is blank, R is blank, S is blank. Okay, pause that for a second, think about it, see if you can write down the answer, and then restart your video. Okay, A, right there. There is A. A is 3. That wasn't so bad. The R and the S, once again, be very, very careful. Okay, when we're taking it out of the brackets, X is positive 1, S is negative 3. Because remember, the whole function said X minus, right? This said X minus R. So R was not negative 1, R was positive 1, and this one had the double negative probably in it. Okay, so that's really important that we're careful there. Okay, so let me just start my graph over here. Let's just see, I draw a couple axes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some points in here where R and S would belong. So let's just do a graph. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, -2, -3, -4. Okay, so there we go. And where would the points be? Well, R was positive 1, so there's R right there, positive 1. And S is at -3 right there. Okay, that's not so bad. There's R and S. And so I got 2 points. We want to have at least one more. The next one, that's the easiest one to get. Okay, so the first thing we did, I was going to write that down, is plot R and S. Second thing is find your y-intercept. Okay, now the easy answer is you just multiply A, R, and S. Okay, A, R, and S. Well, it's not quite. I'm going to say 3 times -1 times positive 3. Okay, so my y-intercept is equal to 3 times -1 times positive 3. And the reason, positive 3, let me fix that. Oh, I lost it all. 3, -1, positive 3. Okay, which is going to give me a value of -9. Okay. And really what's happening when we're finding our y-intercept, at the y-intercept, x equals 0. So what we could do is we just say that the y value, going back to the equation, go and see, there's my equation, y equals 3 times 0, take away 1, and 0 plus 3. Okay, because the x equals 0. So there's the x put right into my equation. There it is. So now I can solve that and see that y equals 3 times -1 times positive 3. Okay, so my y-intercept is down 9. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make my line a little longer. Let's do this a little bit to scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And what we want is we want to have that at -9. So there's my y-intercept at -9. Okay. The other thing that we're going to do here is we're going to find step 3 in doing this is we're going to find the axes of symmetry. Okay, and there's lots of ways to find the axes of symmetry. I think we did this in a previous video. But what I'm going to do is I know that because my graph is symmetrical, it has to be halfway between those 2 points right there. And I just counted that. They're 4 dots apart. So my axis of symmetry, here I'll do it with a nice graph here. My axis of symmetry is right there. My axis of symmetry is x equals -1. That's my axis of symmetry. Okay, and I knew that, I'm just off a slight bit here. Just get that over just a little bit. There, that's halfway between. Okay. So this was over 2, and this was over 2. So that's how I knew that. So now, looking at my graph, make it a little longer. I'm going to do the exact same thing with this point down here. Is I'm going to make another point on the other side of my axis at the same height right there. So this one here is at 0, 9. Well, this one is something, -9, my apologies. -9 down as well. So the question is, how far over is it? And it's just at -2. So it's at -2 because I know this space here is a 1. So this gap here is also a 1. Okay. So I've got that there. I've got that there. I've got that one there and that one there. I've got a couple points on here. I can now draw a half decent curve. I know this is going to come down. It's going to go through this. It's going to bottom out somewhere here and then come back up the mirror to that. There it is, just like that. Okay, I don't know how far down this comes. I didn't figure out my my vertex, but I don't need to. I have a good idea what the graph looks like. I have my x-intercept, I have my y-intercept. I'm doing pretty good. Let's do another. Okay, here's another one. I'm going to do the same thing. So step 1, I'm going to do R and S. Second thing is going to be my y-intercept. And then third thing is going to be the mirror point. I call that my mirror point. Okay, so let's make my axes. Oh, let's do a solid line. Okay, so once again, what is the value of R and S? Well, R, and just for fun, A, R, S, you can pause the video and see if you can fill in the gaps. What is A, R, and S? Start the video when you've got it all figured out. Okay, so A is the value that comes in front there. It's -1/2. R comes from that 4, but it's the reverse sign of that, so it's a -4. And S is the 2, and it's a +2. I'm going to put a positive there, okay? Awesome, there we are. So now let's just graph those values. So let's see, R is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's -5. And on the positive side, once again, if you have graph paper, great, but I'm not looking for beautiful graphs here. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for that you can give me a sketch and tell me where things are located. Like that one there, I know is at 2, 0. I have another one right here, and that is -4, 0. Okay, so there's my R and S. Step 2, find my y-intercept. So with the y-intercept, y equals -1/2, and x is 0. Double check the sides here, +4, and 0, take away 2. Okay, so there's my equation, just using that down below, and x equals 0. So I'm going to see that y equals -1/2 of 4 times -2. So y is the -1/2 of -8. So y equals -1 times -8 is a +8 divided by 2. Y is 4. So +4 for y. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and y is +4. So there's a spot. That's at 0, 4. Now I'm going to see if I can find my axes of symmetry. And as we said before, it's halfway between. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So halfway between is 3 over. So it's about there. And let's make that a little longer. So there's my axes of symmetry. I'm going to write the equation that my axes of symmetry, oops, my pen didn't change. Axes of symmetry, x equals, -1 again, same as last example, just by luck. Okay, so now what I want is I want to have a mirror point. So I'm going to put another point just right over here. It's the same distance away. This was over 1. Okay, so this is over another 1. So the coordinates of that would be -2, +4. Okay. Once again, I don't know the where my vertex is, but I'm going to see that this is going to come up here like this. It's going to hit my vertex, and it's going to go back down like that. Oh, that was actually a pretty good one. Okay, that's all there is to it.